Just cheerleaders back on the court, courtside seats are back, just the normalcy of it all. I mean, just how nice was it kind of getting back to where you were 2 years ago from that aspect?
Yeah, it was great. Been a long time, and been so different, last year and with all the stuff and just moving forward with some, as you said, some normalcy. Seeing the cheerleaders, the people that came out, the energy that our guys played with, it's just a different vibe to it, So that was great, and I thought our guys responded, extremely well in two key areas for us. Was one, sometimes when the score gets out of hand, you start losing some of your principles defensively. And we did a great job of staying true to what we have been working on and what we need to continue to get better at. To hold them to 13 points in the second half, I thought we did a great job. We didn't get out of sorts. And then the second thing is sometimes on the other end of the court, when things are going pretty good, sometimes again you can get out of sorts and lose a little bit of the organization that we want to play with, the freedom that we want to play with within that organized attack. But the 20 assists clearly showed that we shared the ball, moved the ball, got good high percentage shots. And that was good to see. I don't think our intensity dropped at any time during the game. And sometimes having a deeper team, can help that. And I thought that was evident tonight.
25 three-point attempts tonight. Is there a number in your mind that you'd like to see the team average from deep?
I don't think there's a specific number. They went to the zone earlier than we expected. And there was times, to be honest with you, where we shot it a little too quick, settled for a quick three in the zone. I like the ball to get inside first and then out against the zone. But we're a better shooting team. We got some guys that can really shoot it. And if they're open, they got to be aggressive to shoot those shots. So 25 was the number, probably due to the fact that they played a little more zone than they're accustomed to playing. But if we get good looks at the basket, and the biggest thing for us, Russ, is going to be taking care of the basketball. If we can have 12 or less turnovers, we're gonna be much more offensively efficient, which is what we want to do. That also leads to us getting shots up on the rim, and I think we're going to be a very good offensive rebounding team. Russ has great size in there. It's hard to keep him off the glass, and sometimes he doesn't necessarily get it, but it frees up other guys because it takes two to sometimes keep him off the glass, and that's where the McCrarys and Sam Hines and guys like that, and Matos just has a kind of a nose for the ball. He gets 13 rebounds for us tonight, 7 offensive. That may be the most offensive rebounds in a long time. You know what I mean? So we're big and strong in there, and we got some guys like Sam and McCrary and Boggs and DJ that are a little more slasher, length type guys that can get it. So we got to get shots up on the rim. That means we got to take care of the ball.
Only 4 returning players from last year's team. A lot of new guys played tonight. Could you tell us anything you learned about the new guys, and maybe one in particular, perhaps?
Yeah, I mean, you can go down the list because I think every one of the new guys did some good stuff for us, And it's interesting, Sam Hines is a freshman, according to these new rules, all right? Sam Hines is a freshman. Russell's a sophomore. Javon is a senior. Boggs is a sophomore. Trey's a true freshman. Patrick's a freshman. Sorrell's a junior, McCreary's a sophomore, Matos is a freshman. You go down the list, we're a young team, but everybody's played college basketball except for Trey Moss. So you go down the list, everybody did some good things, but I think the most impressive thing for the newcomers was the intensity that they try to defend with, because we've still always made our mark with defense and rebounding. And then the unselfishness and the execution that they did on the offensive end as well, I thought was impressive. But Sam, I thought played really well in the second half with great energy on the glass. Javon knew, as I said, maybe as good of a guard defensive rebounder as I've coached. You get 6 in the first half, 9 overall. But in his 4-year career at George Mason, he has, I think, over 500 rebounds. So he's done it before, you know. Boggs shot the ball well from the 3, very good from the free throw line. You know, Moss played a lot of minutes at the point for a freshman. I thought ran the team well, had a couple good looks, just didn't make them. That's fine, because they were all good shots. DJ, you know, I love him, you know, because he has never met a shot he didn't like. It goes 3 for 6 from the 3, but he's expanded his game. You know, he came in there more or less just a 3-point shooter, but you see he's really starting to develop that mid-range game a little bit for us as well. And I can keep going. And then, you know, I haven't even talked about Sorrell played well for us. And then our leading scorer was McCrary. You know, you get him the ball in that 15, 16-foot range, he's wired to score, you know. And that's one thing that we got. We got some guys that, you know, are kind of wired to score. So now we got to get them to defend and rebound and take care of the ball, and it will definitely help us out.
And that's all without Caleb and Jameer tonight. I mean, just to be able to have that amount of depth, I mean, that's got to be just enormous.
I think 2 things. I think 1, it's going to be a challenge for our guys to understand that our strength is going to be in our numbers. And some nights it's going to be 10 minutes, some nights it could be 23 minutes for you, you know. And we got to be okay with that. And that's something that we've had long conversations about. And it's always easy to do that when you win by 50, you know what I mean? But that in this day and age, that's going to be a challenge. But we have to stay fresh on the court, because when we're fresh, we're going to shoot the ball better, rebound better, defend better, and take care of the ball better as well. So yeah, to have that defensive effort, to have that offensive execution and efficiency without probably your 2 starting guards, you know, is pretty encouraging at this point.
Sorrell is good to go, or was
Yeah. His waiver has been approved, so he's good to go.
Did we miss your tweet about that? Because I know you're a ninja on Twitter, and I didn't.
You must have missed that one.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know if I tweeted it out, to be honest with you.
Backing up a minute to.
Well, I mean, you guys use your Blues Clues a little bit. If he's playing, then obviously he's eligible.
Well, we were talking about that. We're like, did he get a waiver, or are you allowed to play in an exhibition?
No, that's a good. Good comeback.
That's what I told Russ. I was like, hey, look, you know.
No, yeah. So he is fully approved.
Awesome.
To
great.
be eligible and play this year. So he has 2 years of eligibility remaining.
Okay. Backing up to Caleb Murphy and Jameer Chaplin, do you expect them to be available for Bethune-Cookman?
Yes, I do. They both could have played tonight, but had been out of practice for a little bit, just with some nicks and knacks. But they should be. They practiced the last 2 days, but just felt it was in our best interest to keep them another day or 2. In terms of the work that they've been doing, and then get good practices in before Tuesday night.
Thank you.
Anything else, Coach?
All good?